Reading from Caitanya Caritamrita, introduction.
We have to start an analogy. Will help us understand.
Which is the one?
An analogy. I think it's the third paragraph, first, second, third paragraph. We have to start.
This in the Bhagavad Gita 1866? No?
An analogy will help us understand the distinction between ourselves and God. From the ground, we may see only clouds. No, we did this one, right?
Yeah, it's here because we also did
in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in Bhagavad Gita.
In the Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Lord Krishna says, give up all your nonsense and surrender to me. I will protect you. We say, oh, surrender. But I have so many responsibilities. And Maya, illusion, says to us, don't do it, or you'll be out of my clutches. Just stay in my clutches and I'll kick you. So Krishna keeps saying, Krishna's final instruction in Bhagavad Gita is just give up everything, all varieties of religion, and surrender unto me. I shall protect you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. He uses the word do not fear, because we are always fearful. And then as Prabhupada is saying, oh, but how can I surrender? I have so many things to do. And that is Maya. Maya keeps telling us, don't go away, stay here, stay with me. Why does she do that? Because she wants to know how strong is our desire to go to Krishna. Is it that we want to approve? Because she's a very faithful servant of Krishna. She does not want people to unnecessarily disturb Krishna. So she wants to check the sincerity of a person. And then if somebody is not sincere, she says, you stay here. Why you want to trouble Krishna, you know? You stay here with me. But if we are sincere, then she will make arrangements for us to go to Krishna. She is very happy for us to go back to him. Just depends on our desire. What do we actually want? It is a fact that we are constantly being kicked by Maya, just as the male ass is kicked in the face by the she ass when he comes for sex. Similarly, cats and dogs are always fighting and whining when they have sex. Even an elephant in the jungle is caught by the use of a trained she-elephant who leads him into a pit. We should learn by observing these tricks of nature. So we must have had some experience that we really worked so hard for something, and then after we got it, one, it didn't give us the happiness that we wanted, or two, it even complicated further the circumstance than where we started from, you know, because Maya is like that. Maya just shows us the carrot. Oh, that if the situation changes, you will be happy. If the situation changes, you will be happy. Actually, there is just not real happiness in this material world. What we have is some degree of enjoyment for sure. That's why we are still here. And the happiness we experience here is compared to just a drop of water in the desert. In the desert, in the scorching heat, we get one drop of water. How much will that satisfy us? Whereas the soul is searching for unlimited bliss, unlimited pleasure. And we know we can get that only in the association of Krishna. So we are always looking around for Krishna. We always want to have a change of place, a change of atmosphere, change. Why? Because, oh, here I didn't find Krishna. Maybe I'll find Krishna somewhere else. That's the search of the soul. But because we don't want to accept it, we want to keep saying, no, I will enjoy separate from Krishna. We are here in the material world. Maya has many ways to entrap us, and her strongest shackle is the female. So when we are reading, for the male, it's the female, and for the female, it's the male. Yeah. Of course, in actuality, we are neither male nor female, for these designations refer only to the outer dress, the body. We are all actually Krishna's servants. But in conditioned life, we are shackled by iron chains in the form of beautiful women. Thus, every male is bound by sex, and therefore, one who wishes to gain liberation from the material clutches must first learn to control the sex urge. So as we just said, for the women, it's the man. Not that only a man faces this, the women also face this. So for the woman, it's the male body. That's the ultimate trap of Maya. Unrestricted sex puts one fully in the clutches of illusion. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu officially renounced this illusion at the age of 24, although his wife was 16 and his mother 70. And he was the only male in the family. Although he was a Brahmana and was not rich, he took sannyas, the renounced order of life, and thus extricated himself from family entanglement. If we wish to become fully Krishna conscious, we have to give up the shackles of Maya. Or if we remain with Maya, we should live in such a way that we will not be subject to illusion, as did the many householders among Lord Chaitanya's closest devotees. So although Lord Chaitanya took up the sannyas order of life, many of his close associates were householders. They were grihastas. They did not give up their families. With his followers in the renounced order, however, Lord Chaitanya was very strict. He even banished Junior Haridas, an important kirtan leader, for glancing lustfully at a woman. The Lord told him, "You are living with me in the renounced order, and yet you are looking at a woman with lust." Other devotees of the Lord had appealed to him to forgive Haridas, but he replied, "All of you can forgive him and live with him. I shall live alone." On the other hand, when the Lord learned that the wife of one of his householder devotees was pregnant, he asked that the baby be given a certain auspicious name. So while the Lord approved of householders having regulated sex, he was like a thunderbolt with those in the renounced order who tried to cheat by the method known as drinking water underwater while bathing on a fast day. In other words, he tolerated no hypocrisy among his followers. So it's not that Lord Chaitanya was against household life. No, he had many close associates. Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, they were his very close associates, and they were householders. They had children, they had families, and Lord Chaitanya would be happy and he would stay with them. He would bless them. But when Chota Haridas, who was also a sannyasi, when he just looked at a woman, Lord Chaitanya told him, "You please leave my company." Because Lord Chaitanya was setting the standard. He knows that many people will just take up the dress of a sannyasi outwardly, but inwardly they're not yet pure. So they still have the desires, and then they're just going to cheat the innocent public. So he set the standard of how a sannyasi should be. He said that. And any questions or comments till now?
All good. All clear.
Yeah. Okay, so let's stop here because we are going to read the Bhagavad Gita now. So Sri Caitanya Caritamrita ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada.